What are the two main ways of claiming home office expenses? Stay tuned because we will cover it in this video. At the end of the video, we're going to cover the bonus tip, which can potentially save you thousands of dollars. That's all money in your pocket, which you can use for whatever you want, instead of giving it to the ATO. The first method is called the fixed rate method. The second method is called the actual method. Let's go through them right now. With the fixed method, you can claim 70 cents per work hour, and that covers things like home and mobile internet data. It also covers mobile and home phone usage, and also electricity, gas, heating, cooling, and lighting expenses. But it also covers stationery and computer consumables such as printer ink and paper. That's all incorporated in that 70 cents per work hour rate. These items here, such as computer, chairs, and desks, they can continue to be depreciated using either the diminishing value method or the prime cost, which is the straight line method. If they're each below $300, they can be immediately expensed, but they still need to be apportioned for the work-related usage percentage. For example, if you've only used it for 40% work, then you need to multiply the depreciation by 40% and only claim 40%. Next, we're going to look at the actual method of claiming the home office expenses. If we use the actual method of claiming the home office expenses, we need to find out the costs for electricity, gas, and cooling. Ultimately, you need to find out what the cost per unit of the power, of the heating, and the cooling is. You need to multiply it by the average units that you use per hour, so you can look at the system and find out what it uses per hour. And then you multiply that by the hours used for the given period for the year. And you can determine what that hours are by either keeping a diary or looking at records such as, for example, your calendar that you've kept, showing that you've been working for a number of hours per day. You can also look at your phone, the data and internet, and you can claim those by using a 4-week diary, looking at the percentage of that diary and apply that for the whole year. Stationery and computer consumables, they can be claimed so long as you've got invoices and receipts for them. So you can see that the actual method is more onerous than the fixed rate method. You need to keep more information at hand, such as a diary, such as the invoices, and you got to apply that usage percentage to those records that you've kept. Bonus tip: if you're required to work from home permanently by your employer, or you work from home for your business, you can potentially claim mortgage interest and council rates on your work-related percentage. You determine this by finding out what space you use as part of the whole house. Say, for example, here we have 25% total usage, and we multiply that by the mortgage interest and the council rates. The downside from this, though, is when you come to sell the house, you have a capital gain that you're going to pay on that 25%. So you need to consider whether this is worth it for you or not. Lastly, if you're just renting and you don't own a home, then that rent portion by 25% will also be deductible. So you need to weigh up the benefits versus the cost of using this method and potentially claiming either mortgage interest or rent expenses.